All right. I just want to take a brief moment to remind you guys to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you guys prefer to listen to this instead of watching, the show is also available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor. So get ready and let's tap into it.
When are you gonna start talking again? Talking again.
What's up, everybody? This is Fidel of Talking Head Podcast. This is another edition of the show. My guest this week is none other than Princess, or actually Princess P.
Yes, or Princess.
Okay,
either one.
okay, Princess P and Swizzy Swift. What's up?
What is up?
Welcome back. Welcome
Thank
back to
you.
the show. Yeah, it's been a long time since you've been on.
Yes, it was
right?
last April, I think.
Was it last year? One whole
Last
year?
year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
last year in
Well,
April.
you've been here already between that.
Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, twice
Yes,
between that.
I know. He's always telling me.
The bromance is real, bro.
That's right.
Damn, I wanted to say it on the live.
Oh, we missed it.
Damn it.
Well, we'll have to record again someday.
That's fine.
Thank
That's
God
fine.
y'all missed that. No,
Just let me
kidding.
know when you're back and we will do it.
You know what? My uncle, when I went to his pad, he lives in his pad. Look at me, I'm sounding ghetto on already. When I went to his house, he lives in Crestline up there by Lake Arrowhead, right? Right before you get to Lake Arrowhead.
Oh, that's
You know
right
where,
by us.
Where Lake Gregory's at? Yeah, right
That's
below.
right by
So
us. That's north of us.
when they say, "Oh, we're gonna go down the hill," they mean right to your house.
Right.
So when I went over to visit them, like maybe I don't know 2-3 weeks ago, and he just recently picked up on smoking pipes. So he has a pipe, like the old school pipe that you know the one that's shaped all like a weird, you know,
Like the mobsters used to have in like
Yeah,
the
right?
1930s
Yeah.
and stuff.
where you light it up here on top and puff puff puff, you know. So he got one of those bad boys, and
Old school cigars right there.
yeah, he hooked me up with one. And with some tobacco.
Damn.
He was like, "Here, man, you know, check it out, try it out." And he bought it, you know, brand new at the tobacco shop right there down right in front of Lake Gregory. And I wish I knew the name. I would have given him a shout out. But anyways, I still haven't done it here at home. Smoked a cigar, or I'm sorry, a pipe. But I was thinking about like, have you ever done that? Because I know
No.
I mean, we've smoked cigars here before on the
Oh, we
show.
smoke cigars
Yeah.
on numerous occasions.
Yeah,
bro.
at your pad, my pad, house, at your house, my house.
It's
Like, you know,
You could say
It's
it.
okay,
Don't
bro.
matter.
It's okay.
It could be a little
But then
ghetto.
we're ghetto
Ghetto
too. It's okay.
fabulous.
yeah, right. I'm over here saying pad. People that aren't watching and listening, they're gonna think it's a bunch of frogs talking over here on their pads.
The lily pads on the lake.
Yeah.
No, that's
True,
that was a
true.
dad joke.
That wasn't that, Joe. There you go.
To compliment my dad hat. But
My
but-
dad had too.
yeah, shout out to the dad hats. And the mama hat.
I haven't gotten the dad shoes yet. I'm still stuck on Adidas.
Oh no, I don't know if I could ever get those. I mean, it's all white, maybe like Champions or
I would laugh.
Yeah, or
Reebok.
yeah, Reebok.
My dad
What's
has
other
the
one?
dad shoes. I make
It's
fun
the
of him.
champion, the Reebok. What's the other one? There's another one.
I don't know. LA Gear? No, I don't know.
I don't
No,
know. You
lugs.
guys
Lugs.
don't get the dad shoes, please.
What would you get those like at Costco?
I was thinking Walmart, bro.
Oh man, well,
We
definitely,
shop there.
definitely at Walmart.
Maybe the 99 cent store.
But I know I've seen some of that dad clothes at Costco for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, everybody has their own style at the end of the day. Everybody likes whatever they like. I
Yeah,
guess.
but I mean, I'm 40 years old and I don't want to be. I there's times when I'm dressed, I'm getting dressed. I'm like, these pants really make me look old. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
it
don't know.
runs in your mind.
Yeah,
like,
but like,
yeah.
I'm like, maybe I need to start wearing some skinny jeans, you know? Or
I
maybe
mean,
that's my.
you're only as old as you feel, so I feel like I'm 60. So I mean,
That's because you smoke. That's why.
yeah.
And he smokes
I've done
a
some
lot.
reckless things when I was a youngster, which aged me drastically
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And he smokes a lot too.
Thank you for the tequila.
Oh yeah, for sure. Don Julio, it's the best kind of tequila, bro.
So, have I don't think I've ever asked you your age. You're pretty. You're not even. Are you 30?
I'm 31. I
Oh,
just turned 31
Okay.
yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm 30.
And you're 30. Yeah, you guys are young.
Don't say that.
You guys are young.
60, bro.
Well, him on the other hand, I take the compliment. Thank you. Him, I don't know.
Well, I was gonna say like if I was gonna guess your age, I would have guessed like 24 on yours.
Oh,
On you 60, I would have got 60.
Okay, good. We're along the lines there. I get that a lot of work, so we're good. We're good. I get that a lot of work.
But no, you guys, you do look young, and you guys are young, and you have already accomplished so much. You've put out so many, singles, EPs, right? Is that what we call them, EPs?
Well, no, singles are singles. EPs are anywhere from 4 to 6 songs.
Míralo, he knows. He knows. You gotta ask him.
Anywhere from 4 to 6 songs are EPs. 7 to I think 10 is LPs. And then anything after 10 songs is a studio album or is an album.
Like I
now,
did.
if you do an actual studio, which I have already, you've been to the studio, so you've seen the setup, that would be considered a studio album, which is why when I shared her studio album, I said it's a studio album. Because there's a lot of rappers and like artists that will say, "Oh yeah, my studio album," but they record in a garage. Yeah. It's not a studio album; it's a garage album.
Yeah.
So it's still an album.
It's a professional $500 microphone, professional keyboard that made the beats, professional
gotta know your value.
That it's
true.
studio. It's a studio.
Yeah,
That's why it's a studio album.
Right.
True.
Yeah. And you can hear the quality in music, so
thank you.
Yeah.
I would give you a hug, but I can't move right now.
That's weird.
Yes.
No,
by the way though, thank you for the intro. So this is the first time that you come on, and the intro that you guys just heard right now was created and produced by yours truly right here, Swizzy Swift. So
with the help of this guy.
Yeah, and my wife.
Yes, your wife.
She was a big part of that too.
She's like halfway through the intro right there.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Honestly, that was a good idea to do.
I think
honestly, I had a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah,
I did. Just like
not with my music. I'm just
really
kidding.
Just like picking all the sounds and stuff, and what you gave me to work with. I had a lot of fun with it. Honestly.
Yeah. No,
it was really fun.
That was awesome. Like
she had some input in this too, so she gets some of the credit. She had a lot of input on this too.
Nice.
Oh, you should do this. Oh, that sounds good. She did a lot of it too. So
thank you.
And then when we actually were gonna put it up, but like with my phone too, the storage like all dumb and stuff. We
Stupid
did
iPhones.
the tap. Like when we were wearing our shirts, because we were wearing the shirts, we had played that, and I was like, "Oh, shout out to Fidel," but then the thing didn't. I was like, "Oh my god!" And I was gonna say, I did like, "Oh, make sure you guys go, blah blah blah." Yeah, like I always do, go get some merch or go follow him or whatever. I was like, that was so cool because we're both sitting there in the studio vibing.
Definitely buy some merch from this guy. He's got the softest t-shirts I've ever worn.
And they're comfy.
Man.
They're nice, right?
They're comfy. Too.
I wear it to work all the time.
Yeah.
Makes me feel like I don't even have a shirt on, bro.
Okay, that's TMI, Chris.
Ooh, yeah.
You're giving people
I'm just saying it's soft, okay? I'm just saying
information.
it's soft. Relax. Calm down.
He's talking about his shirt, guys.
Yes, I'm talking about his shirt.
No,
Still a lot of information.
We're having fun here.
I know.
But for real, thank you guys for the intro. It was awesome. I mean, this is like every year for the show, I always try to get a new artist or producer to come out and put a beat out for me because I want to promote them out, and I get to do it for a whole year. That's the thing, is that I get to promote for the whole year, and it's not just a year. Like I continue to do, like Jimmy, I still give Jimmy shouts all the time, and he's the one that did my very
shout out
first
to
one.
Jimmy on the beat, man. Like I told you on Tuesday, man, that dude was real easy to work with. His work schedule, he was still easy to work with. So he works a more messed up schedule than I do. So
shout out to Jimmy.
Yeah, but we made that beat. I gotta let you hear that beat, bro.
Definitely, yeah.
It's really good.
I want to definitely check it out. But I know, speaking of getting so much done in such compressed time, like you guys, like we're talking about in the live, like you're a full-time mom.
Yes.
You have like 2-3 different businesses that you're working on the side, music, the cosmetics, and then you over here, you got your full-time job
dealing with him.
That's a whole nother job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn,
I'm just messing.
But then you got a full-time job too, and then you're also dad. You're doing all kinds of stuff in the music. Where do you find the time to obviously it helps that you guys are married, that you don't have to like schedule, like we still
schedule. We still schedule.
You still schedule. That's good.
Yes.
That's good to hear that you're still
scheduling.
scheduling. But it is easier that you're all in the same house. You don't have to like leave to the studio or anything, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
But talk about where do you guys get to? Where do you have the time and get to like mess around with and figure it all out, put it all together?
Sometimes it's hard on me because it's like, going back to being a mom, and having a 3-year-old. Sometimes it's really, really hard, but I try to find time, like my spare time. I like to write, listen to the beats, figure out what I want to do with certain songs. Certain songs, it's like scrap, I don't want to do that, or I don't want to do this, or sometimes it's just like what it is. It's easy for us to work together because we both have like the same drive. Like we both love music. We both love this.
Amen to that.
Yeah. And he's been actually teaching me somewhat about beats. So who knows if next time I'll be probably making some beats. I don't know if we've
ever said this on one of your shows, but our first date, we were talking about music and it was actually like a trip. Like we both love the same artist, and then we both like, I never actually recorded when I first met her, but I told you about my my terrible song that I made in high school with the.
Oh, I actually have one of your old school songs.
No, you don't have that one, so we're good.
No. But maybe I could let him, sneak in here.
But you don't have that one, okay? That one was even worse.
But you should hear the songs we made, and you'll probably be like, "Oh man!"
My God, some of the first songs that you guys had.
I have some on my phone. I'll let you hear some.
Yeah.
Man, I heard that. I'm like, take it off.
Maybe he'll sneak it in here.
I'll throw it in the track on the while we're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it was terrible. But that one was even worse. So you don't have that one, thank God.
Yeah.
I have the other ones though.
But
But I'm on that one too, so I'll be throwing myself shade too. I'll be like, "What the hell did I say? What? No, take it
obviously, throughout the years of doing all this stuff, you're gonna have your music, your sound's gonna evolve, right? Like from learning from mistakes or whatever. Yeah. Like it's gonna improve. It's gonna get better.
And now speaking on that, I actually like not visualize, but I kind of like took note of myself. Like, okay, she had like 4 singles. Was it 4 or 5?
Well,
on this album, it was like
I had
4.
a lot.
It was like singles that you put out individually.
Oh, it was 4.
It was 4. So I took like notes of like these 4, and they came out really good because there was a lot of time, but there was a little things that I noticed, like with with the Queen P song and the My Life, the Elevate. There was like little things like, there was like syllabus and plosives that were just not accounted for on my part. And I don't know how I didn't hear them, but you don't really hear them in there. It's something that you got to develop over time. Yeah. Obviously, you've been doing this as long as I have. Yes. You'll develop it. But with those songs in particular, and, mainly for the rest of the album, I actually I call it performing surgery. Like, went through each individual track, soloed it out so it's just the vocals, found each plosive, and just eliminated myself. So this way I didn't have to do all that stuff that I did with them. Because those, I think I did like 5 or 6 mixes, and then it was finally good. And then once I did that,
and then the mix was good. I'm here, I'm very picky, and I'm very like,
ain't that the truth?
I'm picking at every. I'm talking to him, okay? I'm talking to him.
We're still having fun here.
I'm just kidding. I'm just messing. No, but I'm very like, I had this, that, no, this. He's like, oh my God. So he goes back. And then I tell him after, okay, maybe I did like it. He's like, are you serious right now? Are you serious?
You just don't understand what
Can
we
you
have
hit
to go
backspace?
through.
Can you hit backspace? Can we leave what we had
It doesn't work that way.
He said, I just had it that way. And then I was like, but when I heard it, I didn't like it.
Oh, bro, because you gotta think, when I put in a plug-in and, just to like saturate it or create space or something, it takes a certain frequency of your voice, because your voice goes from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz.
Okay.
I believe that's the space. So anywhere in between there is the perfect thing for a plug-in.
Mm-hmm.
When she tells me, "Oh, I don't like that," I'm just like, "Bruh."
Bruh.
Then she tells me, ooh, you know what? I like the other one. I'm like, oh my God, I don't remember the
I make 'em
frequency.
work.
Come on, man.
I make them work. That's your job.
Oh yeah, she makes you work with. Yeah, it's all worth it in the end because you know once we finish the
and
album,
you know what? Like you said, it's good vibes though. Like we're
Yeah.
vibing with the music. Like yeah, we're vibes. It's good vibes. It's good music. It's good. You know, everything is good when you have that vibe. Like you know, I don't just write music and say, okay, I want to get famous. No,
Yeah.
I write music and I say I want to get my stuff out there.
if you write music and you to get famous and make money, you are in the wrong line of duty because music it's an inspiration. You got to have inspiration. You got to have a certain
Or that ambition,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
drive. Like I
you got to
always
have
say
a
that
certain
word.
ambition for
You have
it.
to have that drive too, that motivation, that dedication. That's like everything.
Yeah.
It takes a lot from you. You
we
have
talked about
to
this
be.
with the producing too. We talked about
Yeah.
you got to have a certain like ambition. You got to have a drive.
We have to have
do
that
it.
passion for it, right?
Yeah, the passion. There you go.
Yeah,
because
because I sometimes hear like like people like you know that tell me, hey, look,
Cardi B. Sorry.
okay, but no, I'm talking
Had a
about
cough.
like other stuff, you know, like when I hear other songs, I hear people being repetitive or doing stuff and it's cool, like whatever you want to do, but it's just you gotta love it.
Yeah.
Because you know you really gotta love it. And I also feel like there's a lot of, you know, not only about the fame, but you know, always be careful with what you do in your videos too. Like, you know, if you do music videos and you're coming out doing music videos,
Especially if you have kids.
yeah. Just that's all I say. We see things differently because I guess as we're older and we've grown with the music, I think your perspective changes as well.
But and I think, you know, on that note, I think if you want to go mainstream, there's a, you know, how you mentioned you got to sell your soul to the devil kind of thing, right?
Pretty much.
So there are certain things that you do have to do, like where you do have to shake the butt, you know, or you know, do like some extreme things, even though if you have kids or not.
With that, there is a way to get famous without having to do that. Who was it? That was pretty much Nipsey Hussle. Well, Nipsey Hussle is perfect example.
Yeah, but not too many people that are like street or that are like, you know, like
but
that.
like Nipsey Hussle was great, but he wasn't mainstream until he passed away. And that's because this is coming from someone that doesn't listen to music all day long in the radio. Like that's not me. I listen to talk radio and sports. That's it. So for like my music that I was into back in the day was Ice Cube, Tupac, you know, like that was it.
That
like
was
Dr.
different.
Dre.
And back then was different too. Like
way different
it's
back
not
then.
what it is now. You don't have that platform like Instagram where you could get your stuff out, you know, where people will know who you are. I think you could also build a fan base there and become known, like well known, or if you want that fame, you could also, some people could also get it from Instagram. And that's how a lot of people start. Like I know, you know, people start off like that, or even like getting themselves out there, not necessarily just always selling them their souls, but like basically just, you know, having that big fan base. A lot of people do have that fan base because they know a lot of people, or one person shares your thing and then another person shares it and another person shares it, and that's how you become also known.
There's a game that you have to play, right? And sometimes there's a game within the game.
Exactly.
But the game that you play, and if you don't want to partake in it, you know, you're gonna get left behind, or you're gonna stick with your real ones, and you might be cool with it, you know, with just the ones that really fuck with you. But if you really want to, again, to use the analogy of selling your soul to the devil, that's when you have to play the game on social media, like certain people, only fuck with certain people, don't fuck with that person, like kind of get clicky. Like there's a certain game that you have to play. If you don't play it right, or if you're not playing at all, or don't want to participate, I feel like that's when you're real, using it, passion, doing it your way, the way you guys are just kind of doing it. Like I see that you guys don't just put shit out there because someone asks you to, hey, this is how I want you to do it. Like you're doing it the way that you want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, no one's
And I
telling you
think
what
that's what's the best thing too. Like you get to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You don't have somebody controlling you or like telling you, hey, it's time to get a music video. It's time to do this. It's time to do that. Or you got to take the song out on this
Because that's
day.
what takes it out of it.
It takes the fun away from it too.
Right.
Like you also want to have fun with it. Like
it makes it a job instead of, like she said, fun.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're supposed to have fun with music. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to think of it as a job.
The artist is always going to create. They're always going to create, right?
Yeah.
Now, some may create. Some, you may hear stories like Notorious that can come in and just fucking drop
Freestyle.
and do 4 or 5 songs in one night. Like nothing, right? But that's like a unicorn. Tupac. Same thing. He can do.
That's beast mode right there.
Yeah. But if you're like most artists, it'll take some time. They create. It's not just like, hey, do it right away.
Oh man, she was. I had her doing that too. This
and
album.
then the thing about my phone, if I show you my phone, you'll be like, God damn, no wonder your storage is like
This
way.
album, we had about 50 or 60 different songs. We eventually narrowed it down to 13.
Yeah. I still have more music, so I get to possibly, the long run, maybe, take out another album.
There was like a few more like that could have really made it, but we're like, you know what?
We want to keep it at 13.
Yeah, well, 13 was the magic number, so we wanted to keep it there. Not too much, not too little.
Yeah. I think that's what we wanted to do, and then we're also.
But it was the same, like you said, we were knocking out 4 or 5 songs a Friday night. We would knock out a song or two on a Thursday night.
Or even
after
when he was at work, I was knocking him out because like I know how to record on my own. I don't need the only thing he does is mix and master, or he'll tell me, hey, go back to this. This sounded a little bit like this or this. But that's it. I'll do it my own. Like I can record on my own, and then he'll just mix and master.
Did you get a producer credit or just him?
Just him.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding.
Damn.
Man. Tell me a little bit about the process. And so you create the beat, then you got the lyrics going on, right? Do you mess with her lyrics at all? Do you mess with his beat at all? Do you guys collaborate on that part? How does that work?
Oh my God, we argue.
She collaborates.
I said we argue. Beats. We argue because it's.
Hold on. She collaborates on the beats naturally.
I feel like this is a game show, and I'm gonna have to go. All right, Chris, you go. Right? Priscilla, you go.
Get the little judges hammer. Order in the court. No, she collaborates on the beats naturally.
Yeah.
When I collaborate on the lyrics, it's a little bit of friction.
Like,
I don't know.
Sometimes we
maybe
disagree.
A car grinding against a guardrail or something like that.
Sometimes we disagree. Like it starts off sometimes as a disagreement or an agreement, but we come to like just work it out after. Like we laugh about it. Like
it's all fun and games in the end.
Well, I mean, it's constructive criticism, right?
Yeah.
You're not doing it to like offend.
Oh, trust me, I give her the real deal.
And then I yell back at him. But I
give her like I'll look at her. She's recording. What the hell was that? What are you doing? Or do you even want to be here right now?
No, I don't want to be.
Then she'll give me what I want. I'm like, was that so hard?
Yeah.
And then she'll give me like grind time. I think I talked about this on the last time.
Yeah.
Grind time. That one was right on the money. Yeah. First take with everything. It was like, damn. Yeah. What are you like?
Applying pressure.
You recorded this a million times.
I was mad. No, just
I was gonna say when you're mad, when you're doing it and because grind time's like grind time, like like that's when your flow comes out a lot better, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I wasn't mad. Like I was just seeing certain like sometimes it's the mood of things too. Like if I hear the beat and I like it, like applying pressure. When I come in that second verse, I feel like. Everybody told me that second verse though. Yeah. I was like, no.
Well, it's the third verse overall. Well, if you're listening, it's the third verse on Applying Pressure.
Sorry, I forgot you were in the song.
That's gotta be one of my favorite. Honestly, that's gotta be one of my favorite verses on the whole album.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah. That one and what was the other one I told you on the way here?
And we party.
Oh, the second verse on We Party. Man, we even got Fidel dancing to We Party. You got
that one was really good.
We're gonna start a trend, Fidel.
They did catch me dancing to that one. That one's a really good track. I like that one. Yeah. I just started listening. Obviously, it came out today. Well, if you guys are listening to this, about a week, right? But so obviously I can't pick a favorite, but I do like Applying Pressure. Obviously, I mean I like all your tracks. My Life is a good one. I want to get a little bit more into that one a little later.
I know. But, get emotional, but it's fine.
No, I mean, because it means a lot. Like you know, so I think there has a lot of meaning to that. But all the music's good. I enjoyed all the music. Going back to like the production part of it, right? Producing it. Are you guys both in the same room when you go, all right, this is the final word, we're done?
Sometimes he doesn't like it when I'm in the room because then I start nitpicking at everything. I'm like, no. He's like,
I know it sounds good.
I don't like sometimes the changes on like certain things, and I think we'll start like, but you know what? I let him work his magic too, because I'm like, I know what he's doing.
This was the album that she actually let me be creative.
Yes.
The Pink Carnage was cool. Don't get me wrong, it was cool. But this was the album that she let me be creative, and in the end, it was not a disappointment.
Yeah.
When we finished, I looked at her, I'm like, you see what happens when you let me be creative? You see how dope this album is?
All I said was bruh.
Yeah, she says bruh.
Bruh.
I was being sincere for a moment. Bruh.
I'm just
It's like
kidding.
one of those like TV sitcoms. Like, you're sincere. And then you just drop.
But yeah, that's the
drop
thing
to
about
comedy.
him. You don't know when he's sincere. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't know when you're sincere.
You can't cut my wings. You know, what's that one, The Bad Guys? I think it's called Bad Guys, a movie with The Rock, Samuel L. Jackson. They come in at the end only, but it's a Will Ferrell and
the other guys. We just
watched
that the other.
Oh yeah,
like
that's like this guy. He's like,
the other
Peacock,
guys.
you gotta let me fly, or something, right?
Yeah. I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly. Shout out to Mark Wahlberg. I hope you watch this. I love your movies.
That's exactly what you sounded like right now. But speaking of TV and sitcoms, have you guys recorded yourselves? Like maybe just put a little camera up there and just like film yourselves producing, and you know, like that could be a reality show. Oh, okay.
We have.
Yeah.
But then in the middle of it, that we start arguing.
Yeah. Well, it's not really an argument.
No,
it's more of
an argument. Like,
it's more. I want to give her something that she's gonna eventually feel from somebody else, and she won't get, you know.
No, but you know what?
She won't like, you know, tense up or lash out at somebody. She'll just okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
I want to give her the 1,000 degree. So when she gets 100 degrees,
you know, like
whatever.
to tell you the truth, when we recorded Applying Pressure, I actually was mad in the third verse. No, just kidding. I wasn't mad. I'm just messing.
She's high, bro.
She's not high. She's just drunk on Coca-Cola.
There you go.
On water. No,
I've had 6 shots of Don Julio.
Yeah, you're nuts, man. You're crazy.
Oh man,
I can't believe you drink so much.
That's nothing.
Yeah,
I haven't really drank at all. This is like the first.
But the
major
thing
time
about him is he's calm.
I know.
It's like what?
Yeah, we talked about that last time he was here. It's like, oh my god.
Oh yeah.
But
I know some people off the wall.
I have
like,
some
are you
drunk
okay?
stories to tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole other podcast. We'll have a drunk. We had a mental health one. Now we'll have a drunk one,
And
bro.
then you guys could talk about your bromance.
We'll talk about the bromance. There it is.
we'll do drinking stories after dark.
With Fidel and Chris.
0 dark 30. The reenactment.
Yeah, I know, right? No, the album's great. It's good
Thank
stuff.
you.
I tell you, the music, the song, My Life. That one was one of those where it's like, damn, you put it all out there. You know, when writing this stuff, you know, you said when you have sometimes you at home you have time, you start writing it down. What kind of mood do you have to get into to kind of write something like that? Like what
I'll take this one. I'll take this one.
Hold on. Let me just say something about My Life. That one was personal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I had to sit down and think
Yeah.
about what I was going to write. It was all because of something that happened to me. And it was something because I really did have a depression. I really did want to cut my wrists. And I really did cut my wrists a few times because I would get bullied. I would, you know, people would say, you know, things to make me feel out of place, to make me feel like, why am I here?
Yeah.
And
Straight up bullying you.
yeah. And I think I handled it, instead of me handling it the right way, I handled it the wrong way. And I would lash out at my family. And instead, you know, they would try to help me out. And I would just go and cry and express my feelings because nobody was there for me.
Yeah.
No one was there for me. So I felt like, until I talked to a friend, he told me the best thing for you to do is write lyrics. He's like, get it all out. and that's gonna help you. And I wanted to give everybody on this album a bit of everything. It's not just, you know, like talking about grinding and about, you know, hustling and all that, you know, and partying. I wanted to give another side of me too, which was that story. Yeah.
That
And
real,
when she told me about this, I said, okay, you're gonna go to some real places.
It was
so
really
the only
dark.
way to go to some real places and make this as natural as possible, you're gonna have to think about this while you're writing the lyrics to the beat, so you can feel it all while you're writing.
Revisit everything.
Revisit everything.
It was hard because when you revisit,
I get home and I'd see like tears coming down. I'm like, you were working on the song, weren't you? Yes. All right, let's go, Jenna. You know, I'll take her outside or whatever, just so she can have a moment. But like, you can hear in the song itself,
my pain.
Yeah, there was a lot of pain. I've heard that song like 1,000 times doing the mix and the master, 1,000 times, and it's like, fuck, man. Like, damn. Like, how am I supposed to get through this right now?
Yeah.
And then I also feel like maybe I should do a music video and revisit, like, you know, and go back.
No, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
No, but looking at it,
It's like Eminem Stan.
yeah. But looking back at it though, now I feel much comfortable because it's like, you know, and even in the song I say, imagine if I wasn't here, I wouldn't be telling you my story.
Yeah.
I think that my friend told me that hit deep because that happened to her. And she said, wow, you did a song. The same exact thing happened to me. And that was it was motivation to her because it's like somebody speaking about it. Yeah. Because I was quiet for way too much. I always think that, you know, I have this like, you know, like I don't let anything faze me.
She has the same problem as me. I told her don't do that.
No, I feel like, you know, people feel like maybe, oh, nothing phases or she's like that. No, I expressed myself in that song because I went through a lot and it was hard.
She's a better person than me. I just bottle it up and just let myself explode. It's bad.
Yeah, and especially middle school is just like the worst, and not knocking anybody down, but you know, it's just giving people like, you know, it's an awareness of like to just be careful. Like
in middle schools, that's when it's like it starts, like that bullying really starts there, where they say the craziest things, right? Like they go to a freaking 11. You know, the scale's off the chart, and they don't know. But the problem is they don't know. You know, they don't understand. They're at that age where they just don't know. No one's telling them.
You know, and I feel like a lot of people too, though. They're like you said, nobody's telling, but a lot of them go through things that happen to them at their house, and
very true.
I knew one of the girls apologized to me. We talked, and she apologized to me, and she told me, you know what, the way I treated you was the worst, and I told her thank you, and from there it was just like no hard feelings because at the end of the day, you know, we're grown, we're women now. She's a mom, I'm a mom, so I told her, I accept your apology, and it was through Facebook, but you know, she felt really bad of what happened, you know, and a lot of people, I don't want them to feel guilt. It's just, you know, I'm talking about what happened to me. You know, and maybe in the long run, you know, as you're older, things happen, but a lot of people do take their life. Yeah. And I'm glad I had my mom to be able to talk me out of it, because she said, what are you doing? Why are you taking those, you know, pills? Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you cutting your hair? Why are you lashing out? What's going on? And nobody really knew the backside of anything. I was always quiet, and my sister would tell me, you're angry. Why? Like, she told me a few years after, I knew now why you were angry. Yeah. You know, why you lashed out, why you acted out, you know, why you said the stuff you used to say, or why you were a certain way because of that. And I told her, I was just in a place where I wasn't happy. And then music was what found me to be happy and express myself.
Was this all middle school?
Yeah, basically middle school. Once I got to high school, it was more different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think high school was like, okay, you know what? We're not messing with her, whatever, you know. And I told him straight up, when I went into 9th grade, I was like, you know what? I'm coming in with this persona. I'm not letting you guys do shit to me. I'm not letting you guys touch me. I'm not letting you guys do anything to me because F you, you know, like I'm sick of your guys' shit. So they backed up and they were like, okay, whatever. You know, they were about their own little clique or their own little shit. And I was like, yeah, you guys go do you, because if you mess with me, I'm really going to fight you. And I'm not playing anymore. At the end of the day, I was already like out of it, you know, like I didn't care. I kept to myself still, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't trust too many people because of all the stuff that was happening to me. So I just rolled by myself or like 2 or 3 friends, and that was it. I didn't really, and then everybody else knew me because then that's when I started freestyling. I started doing this and people started like, oh, what's up? What's up? And then that's it. But other than that, it was just like whatever.
Yeah. That's when you became that Queen P attitude, huh?
Yeah. No, just kidding.
Well, no, that was the Princess P attitude.
Yeah.
But no, like the same thing happened to me. Like middle school was, and like I said, I just bottled everything up, whatever. You know, just keep going, just whatever, just ignore it. But you never ignore it. It's like a sponge. You just soak it up, soak it up until you can't soak up anymore, and then. Man, 7th grade, I spent so much time in school suspension, out of school suspension, for fights, and that's when people just
you know, and sometimes
stop fucking with me.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you gotta do your own thing to defend yourself. Like that's why in 9th grade I said that. I'm like, please, you know, like, and I went from please to like, F you, you're not gonna do this to me because I will punch you in your face, like type thing. And they were like, okay. You know, she ain't playing anymore. She ain't
messing around anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, I threw a chair.
No, well, I would fight in middle school. That's the thing. WWE. I got in fights, but the stuff that happened within, like, everybody trying to attack me. Oh, you're from LA, blah, blah, blah. Like, trying to make it like a issue. I'm like, dude, LA is not that far from Baldwin Park. I'm like, calm down. It's not that big of a deal. Because I used to live in Baldwin Park. So, you know... Shout outs to Baldwin Park, but yeah.
It's just down the street from here.
Yeah, it is. So it wasn't really like that, you know, it was just more like I just wanted to keep the peace. I didn't really want to have fights with anybody, you know. I was more at a different place then. I think, you know, me too. At one point I wanted to go a different direction. Like I wanted to go to a school in Covina. I wanted to like get away from everything, but I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I, you know, I have to face this. Why do you have
to run away?
Yeah, why do I have to run away? I have to face this because I was like, I could just go to a school in Covina, but then I'm like, my grades are not so good, so Covina didn't want to accept me, so I was like, fine, whatever, I'll do it. So I did.
You know, like, I don't know if you're on social media, right? You see like all the videos of like, these kids like beating up a girl, like, you know, just jumping her, right? 4 girls beating up one girl. That's the kind of shit that was going around when we were in school. And now it's everybody can videotape it and put it on there online for everybody to see. So a lot of people make that. They always try to say like, oh, this, you know, this is something new. This whole bullying and people getting beat up and jumped at school. But it's like we grew up in the areas where that shit happened almost all the time. You know, I mean, I grew up in West Covina, and people think, oh, it's soft. No, you know, it's not.
It's not soft. First of all, it's not.
We had some ghetto ass fights over here too. You know, like it got down and dirty like that too. Not as bad as like maybe Baldwin Park or East
but
LA.
Baldwin Park, there was a point where it was like, you know, a whole race fight between, you know, racial fights. Like there was
it was blacks and Mexicans.
Yeah, that was the hardest one because I'm like I'm cool with everybody. At that point, I was cool with everybody. So I'm like, what do I do? You know, well, obviously back up but I'm like, I ain't fighting nobody. I'm sitting myself.
That's the kind of decision you make in jail. In jail, you have to make that kind of choice.
No, but it wasn't like that. No,
But I know what you're saying though. Like, you
know, but it wasn't too bad. Like, it wasn't too bad. It was just a little bit of just here and there where they would fight. But it was mainly because of a lot of, you know, things that happened. I didn't really know what happened because I was too stuck, like, at that time, like, you know, doing my own thing.
Right.
So it wouldn't be like it was an occurring thing. But when it happened, it just kind of had me like, oh, damn. Because where it did happen a lot was in LA. So when I saw it in LA, I was like, I didn't think anything of it. Baldwin Park, especially in the area of Baldwin Park where I lived, I was like, oh, damn. Well, it's not that I lived fancy or anything, but, you know, it wasn't ghetto around that area. Yeah. So I was like.
It was fancy, bro.
What area was that? What crossing?
I lived between Puente and Pacific. So it was
Puente and Pacific? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's like really borderline West Covina.
Yeah. So it was like a nice area. So I didn't really know much. Like, I didn't really see that there. I saw it in LA, which, you know, LA is common for that. Yeah. So when I went to Baldwin Park and I saw that, I was like, oh, it kind of felt like a little bit like LA. But then I was like, okay, whatever. You know, it's not that I didn't pay attention to it. It was just like what's going on, you know, because I didn't really in LA, I didn't really like pay too much attention because I was too stuck on being a teen, you know, or being young and like having fun and going out and like, you know, getting in trouble. But let me for all the people that in Baldwin Park, let me throw in a little Baldwin Park reference. The High Home Market. Oh yeah, that was in there. No. Why
there's a
don't
story
even
about that
start.
One.
Don't even.
There's a story about that one.
No, don't embarrass me, Chris. Please.
Okay.
No, okay, I'll say it. Okay, so
it
was in the corner, and because I used to go across the street, and then oh my god, the guy used to always be like, "Hi, Priscilla," like with this. I'm like, "Hi."
No, the story is he used to be like, "Hi, Priscilla. Hi, Priscilla. Hi, Priscilla."
And then my nephew was all like, "Why the fuck do you get free shit and I don't?" He gives me expired shit.
So the guy had the house for you,
huh?
The guy had the house for you.
I guess
I
would say
that.
That's
exactly
my
how
brother would make fun of me about that. So yeah.
Shout outs to Kroe for telling me that story.
I wasn't gonna burn you, but I'm gonna kill you. No, just kidding.
Shout out to the High Home Market.
Nice market. No, just kidding. No, but it was at a point where I was like, I would go there. I would go to the 7-Eleven. That I lived there because they had nachos, so I pretty much lived there. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Nachos.
They had the best nachos too.
I haven't had nachos from 7-Eleven so long.
No, I mean I haven't either. But
you know what
saying,
I used to do?
It was so close.
In high school, what I used to do is I used to get the bag of Fritos
and
then
cheese.
Open them up, halfway and put chili and cheese and then fork that bad boy.
I would use a spoon.
Dude. Yeah, spoon or fork. Yeah. Well, they had sporks, I think, right?
Yeah.
I'm a little older than you. I think we had sporks.
Oh, there was sporks too.
Yeah, there was.
I remember sporks.
There was. Yeah. But at that time, though, still, it was so much like, I remember finishing the cheese all the time. And then they would be like, again?
Getting all the way to the bottom and just scooping it.
No, I mean, like, it would be full. And then I would come in and put a bunch of cheese.
Oh, kind of refill? For free?
7-Eleven in Baldwin Park hates me. Oh, man. I used to always go in there, the slushies and all that. But it was really close by my house. So I'm like, where else to go? 7-Eleven. I'm like, High Home Market or 7-Eleven? I'm like, 7-Eleven. Yeah. It has it all.
But that, that's kind of the stuff that builds us, builds our character. As you get older, like, it's that kind of stuff, like I would never let my kids, walking around. Who knows? Maybe when they're 16, maybe I'll let them go out. But right now, I'm like thinking, that could be going out, walking around, going to 7-Eleven. Like I know what happens at 7-Eleven.
What happens at 7-Eleven?
I know what happens at 7-Eleven too.
I used to go out on my own.
You know what happens at 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
wow.
Come on.
Stop
playing around. We all know what happens at 7-Eleven.
Well,
mine was a little colder than here.
It's like the High Home Market, but like accelerated.
Oh my God,
to 10.
I really don't like the High Home Market. Like I remember we stopped because it was a long time that I had been out here, and my to-go place was the West Covina Mall. So I lived at the West Covina Mall.
I can't stand that
he
place.
Hates the West Covina Mall because
I used to work there.
All I did was talk about. I was there all the time.
I used to work there.
What?
I worked at Small World. Remember Small World?
Oh yeah,
where they used to sell the hermit crabs and all that.
They've changed it so much.
Like there's not there anymore.
No. But I'm saying they've changed it so much.
Have you seen the times on there?
The which?
The times, the open and close now.
No, I haven't.
They're only open from 11 to 7 now. Shit. Monday through Saturday, and Sunday is 12 to 7.
But yeah, they knew me there too.
What?
I used to get on the bus right there by The Hi-Ho Market. Yes, as you want to say it.
Yeah.
Hypnosilla.
Shut up, Chris. I used to get with my friends. We used to all it was like 7-8 of us. And we would get in the bus and we would take ourselves we would get there and we'll get off and it would leave us right across the street. So that was so cool with the bus too. It was so easy to get in the bus, get there, and then once we got off, it's like cross the street and we're at the West Covina Mall. Basically, it was a lot, but you grow up in these areas and it was like, basically, I really, really did like the West Covina Mall. In growing up, it was a part of me because
your
it's
childhood,
yeah. I remember asking my dad for like $20-$40 and everything was cheaper back then. Now it's like, $20 ain't gonna buy.
Can I get a loan for like $1,000?
$20 ain't gonna
get
buy
a
you
bag of
nada.
chips in the mall.
Yeah.
My son just bought a baseball hat and lids for like $50. I'm like,
oh my God.
50, I mean, it was a special edition hat, but I'm like, $50?
Yeah, I remember when hats used to be, the special editions were like $20.
Yeah, $20. 25 maybe.
Shout out to the 90s and early 2000s, man.
Oh my
I
God.
miss those
Take me
times.
back. Take me back.
Please.
Take us back.
Please take me back.
But no, I mean, again, so going back to the music, like creating all this stuff, like you're doing a lot of the stuff that's going on now, but then a lot of it takes you back to like shit that was going on in your life, that it's going down memory lane, So when you're writing, is that most of it is just writing all the stuff, memories, and just boom, 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 like.
A lot of it is that I wrote, obviously I'm not new to the music. I've been in this for a long time. So I have journals written with written stuff on it.
I can't imagine you having like journals and journals just stacked up.
Oh, bro, you have no idea. There's boxes of journals.
Jeez.
She told me, what the hell?
When we first started going out, she showed me this box. There had to be like at least 50 notebooks in there.
Jeez.
At least. And they were
He's
completely
exaggerating,
filled.
but
I am not exaggerating. I counted it out.
no, I wrote a lot. And it wasn't only lyrics. I wrote a lot about what happened.
Oh,
yeah,
there was some doodling in there too.
What?
There was some doodling in there too.
Anyway.
You were quite the artist.
No, it was just that I wrote a lot because it was a lot that I went through. So me writing it, I know it might sound like crazy or weird, but me writing it helped me. Because if I wasn't writing music, I was writing what had happened to me and why it happened to me. And I tried to, why is this going on in my life? And then also, too, I never really talked about it. But, also with my grades, acting out. Even after, when I got to Bone Park, I was acting out. So I had to get my butt into continuation school because I wasn't even doing anything that I had to do right. Because I felt acting out was what I had to do because of everything. So even going back to there, I was like, ugh. So writing just helped me. Writing helped me express and get everything done. But with grind time and all that, it was just hearing the beat. And once I heard the beat, I was like, boom, boom. I started writing too. Yeah.
The journalizing is kind of like a diary, right? You go out there, you're just writing your stuff in there. How much of that helps you out with the documentary that you guys have been working on?
Ooh, that's been helping us out a lot because we're actually going to come back out here. So we're going to go to Bone Park, LA, the areas, get some of the school where I grew up at, the house.
She is. I do too many of these drives.
Bruh, stop. Okay. So we're going to go back to everything.
Revisit all that.
Yeah, revisit because I know part of it, what he tells me is because of the whole thing, especially out in Bone Park, what happened. But I want to revisit so I could tell people my story. Because you also want to tell people what happened to you. And a lot of people are going through the same situations, but they don't have anybody hearing them.
Right.
So hearing it from you, it's like, damn, if she did it, I can do it. We were at a point where we had nothing. Nothing. We almost, we got evicted. We had a lot of stuff happen to us. And I'm not going to, sugarcoat anything. And I'm not, but at one point, Volunteers of America were helping us because we were that low. We had no funds. We had nothing. Our bank was completely a negative or zero. We were always negative with our account. Something happened or, all that we've learned from it and experienced and that we used it. And look at where we're at now.
Bad times create character.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it was hard. It was hard because it was.
We went from being evicted to owning a house.
Yeah,
and you can do it too.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's hard.
I mean, see, I've always said like there's services out there that are meant for that to help you get back on your feet.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's people that like it and they go, I can do this for my whole life. I don't have to work, you know, and they abuse that, you know, and that's why that's why it gets such a bad stigma, you know. But like really, those programs are there to help you out. Use it to your advantage, you know.
But you know
use those programs to get you back up to where you need to be.
What I like that they told us we're gonna help you get on your feet, but you have to do everything yourself too. We're not always gonna be here. We're not always gonna have the funds, but when we can, we'll help you. Yeah. And basically, we had to make a decision and leave that house because obviously, you know, we were getting those landlords on us. So we were like, okay, we went from being in a house to being in an apartment. And
I know dumpsters that were more comfortable to live in that house. So that's saying something.
Yeah, but you know, going back to the writing process, all that stuff that happened in the journals and everything helped, you know, because going back to it, it's like, oh, what? And then stuff that I write, I like to write all the time. So my phone is filled with just songs and songs and songs and songs. Or just stuff that has happened. Right. I write it down and I use it for myself to be like, okay, I got to get out there. I got to tell people.
And all these are just things that are going to be in that documentary that you guys are working on. But it's going to be from start to finish. Like you can talk about your childhood, all that stuff like that. Where'd you get the idea of even doing a documentary, and is there a purpose for it, a reason?
I want to tell people my story. I want people to know more beyond who just being an artist or even getting myself to, you know, with making music and all that. I want people to experience, like I said, a lot of people experience stuff and they don't know how to handle it. So I think seeing your experience, it's like, damn, she went through it and I say I have it bad. Like, there's somebody out there voicing their opinion or voicing what happened to them where it could help me. Yeah. And I felt like that was, you know, something I wanted to do. And that's another thing too. Like, you know, when I listen to, going back to artists, when I listen to a lot of these like artists, it made me feel like, damn, you know, like this really happened. This is your story. Like, it just makes you opened your mind. Like when I said I met Immortal Technique, like underground, like him, when he would lay out his stuff, my mind was just like, what? And I would like see all these things, like his what he would say in his songs, like literally you can in your vision.
You ever hear Nas? You listen to Nas music, right?
Yeah.
He's like a non-commercial Nas.
Yeah. Oh, they're just storytellers.
Yes. That's exactly storytelling.
But like his story, like the stuff he was said, like it just had your mind like, what? Like, you know, and then that's when I was in that phase where I didn't know, like I told you before, I didn't know what I wanted to do. If I wanted to do underground or even R&B, I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I just wanted to get my point across, like what was going on. Because at that time, you know, being young, you want to have a nice childhood. You want to be happy. You don't want to have to be dealing with stuff that, you know, you shouldn't be dealing with. Yeah. But you feel like you're stuck. So what do I do? Right. And a lot of people don't have that adult, or not even adult, like a person to be there for you. So I think my mom was the one that told me, like, and I think that if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing this interview too, because it was that hard. Wow. It was that hard. And that's just some of it. I'm planning on doing a whole album about what, not just like also other stuff, get into details about other stuff that is touchy. Like, yeah. And no shade on anybody. It was just, you know, real stuff that happened. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're just putting your whole self out there, so it's like, it's all real. And that's one of the things that I keep emphasizing, is that you guys are 100% real. Like your shirt says it right here, you know, 100. Like it says it 100 times. It's 100. You know, you guys are real, and it tells when you're putting out your music out there. You know, you could definitely tell your beats. You know, even when you go out there on your tracks, you know, we all heard them on.
We all heard you, Chris. I'm just kidding.
Or did you? Was it really me?
No, it was you.
That you'll never. Yeah, it was.
It was.
Go listen to Applying,
Be quiet.
you listen
It
to
was-
Applying Pressure, you're gonna definitely hear him.
Or
will you?
Yes. That was
You guys
perfectly
said it
timed.
at the same time. Oh my
That
god!
was perfectly timed. Hell
Like they
yeah.
used to say back then. You Jinx, you owe me a
Oh,
soda.
that's right. Jinx, you owe me a soda.
Jinx versus no Jinx, not gonna
You
win.
see, we go back
Always
back
go
in the
back.
day.
Always go back. No,
Those are the good times, though.
Those were the good times. But I do want to thank you for coming out. But as I want to, we're wrapping this bad boy up. I want to bring up also your cosmetics. You know, that's something that you, when you came on here, you talked about it. You had it out here. You showed it. It was kind of when you were like almost getting started with it.
I had gotten started on it. Yeah.
How has it been now? Fast forward to like a year later, about the progress on with that.
It's
business.
been going really good. I have, like you said, you have to have you have to have your real ones, and I think my real ones are the ones that are very supportive and keep going and going for me. Like anything I do, they'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
Like your real ones, you know who they are. They'll stick with you no matter what. And I think that's what it is. It's people, I've even made friends with people that I didn't even know because of the business. They're like, oh, I know.
Mainly because, I tell her, network, just talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
All networking is just talking to people.
No, but I'm really good at talking to people. I start talking to people like.
Oh, she's a chatterbox when she opens up. She's a chatterbox, man.
But yeah,
the trick is the work
the
is
challenge.
Yeah, the challenge is trying to get her to stop talking. I knew that was like, man, you just met the person. You
no, but then they talk to me too, so we're like vibing and like like if we know each other for but a lot of these a lot of these things are happening. Like I'm planning on doing a collab with someone with the makeup, so we're just talking about it. It's in the works, but even doing stuff like that. Getting people to there's makeup artists that are using my brand because I've reached out to them. I told them, let me send you a sample, or let me show you what my cosmetics is all about. That's another thing too. I know there's you lose, you win, because money, but that to me is not, that doesn't faze me. I'm like, I want to be able to work with others, network with others. So I've reached out to certain makeup artists. Oh my God, I love the brushes or this and that. There's been people that I send it out to because I feel like, I want them to be a part of that, and they love it. The lashes. Obviously, you guys are guys, so you guys wouldn't know.
Yeah, we wouldn't.
I know a lot about them lashes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, does it get windy in your house?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Here. She just bats the eyes. And, oh my God, the hurricane winds.
Okay, Chris, relax, calm down.
But just like anything, like not everyone is gonna like a certain product that you have, right? It may not be for them,
and so that's why I tell her about it's the same thing with music. Not everyone's gonna like it, No, and
I understand that. I get that because I think I was so hard on myself. Like if I look back. If we go back before, like the other album that I released, Pink Carnage, I think I was more about what everybody else thought and what happened. And I think I had way more stress. And now I'm just like, I don't care what anybody says.
Which led her to let me be creative. And you see what happens?
No, but it was more like, now it was more like, I don't care what anybody says. Because I would stress myself out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an understatement. That is an understatement. She was stressed. Damn near ripping her hair out. She looked like a cartoon from Rick and Morty.
Okay, don't go that far. But I think I was so used to like, what, like, are they gonna like it? The expectation, I guess, or
and I tell her, who cares?
But now I'm
do you like it? Because I like the beat.
No. But now I'm like, now I look at it and I'm like, I don't care. I don't care.
Well, you do have to focus on the people that do like it, right? And then kind of like maybe start targeting that audience.
But with that, I learned this in school too. If you like it, other people will like it because you liked it.
Right.
A lot of people are followers, not leaders. So if you show them you're a leader and you like your stuff, oh, I like this, just keep posting it, sharing it.
Yeah.
That's how you know you like it, when you share.
Like going back to this, like right now we're sitting here. I wanted to do this whole thing here because it's like, it's not only about the vibes. It's like you start building friendships with people and you start looking at people like more like your real ones. Like who's real with you? And I feel like, you know, I was like, why, you know, you're
We're
real
family.
with it.
Yeah.
Next time we come on, we go, we are family.
Okay, I don't know about him. I'm dumping him off at the Hi-Ho market, okay?
I'll be one of the
You
Hi,
was
Priscilla.
there.
Hi, Priscilla.
Okay,
Hi, Priscilla. Your voice
stop.
perfectly now. I've heard the story so long. Hi, Priscilla.
Oh my God,
You do it
that's really...
I'm definitely showing
that story
Kroe this.
was
Shout outs to Kroe for that story, bro.
But you're right. You're right. It does come at the end of the day. That's what it comes out to, right? You keep, you know, fucking with the ones that fuck with you. Right. And
because there's so many people that are like, oh yeah, like with me, like you don't even have to tell me to share something of yours. I just share it. Or even like
sometimes you gotta tell me. I get so backtracked with work. I don't even know what time
no,
it is.
but it's like I do it anyway because it's like, okay, I'm like, it's like I said, you know, you become, you know, eventually you want to have that vibe with that person and that friendship. So that friendship helps you out a lot too. Like, you know, you build these friendships and you know who your real ones are, and you start, you know, the other ones, sácate, vete. Like, get out of my circle. No, and it's the truth because it's like, why do I want you in my circle if, you know, you're just going to bring negativity? I don't need that.
And she has a friend that I'm just like, really? Why would you even entertain this person? I'm not gonna say any names. I'm not gonna stir up drama.
Yeah, because she doesn't even know. She's like, what?
Yeah, she knows exactly what I'm talking about. She knows exactly what I'm talking about.
You know what? I get slapped.
She knows exactly what I'm talking about because I've said this time and time again. Like, you know, this person has done. He's done a couple songs, a song or two, something like that. But it's like, you know, you got to respect the process. We tell this person, hey, send it to us this way. And they completely messed it up. Like,
and
how can you mess that up?
It's not only that person. Like, I've took myself away from that because there's also people that were gonna be on the album. Like, no shade on anybody, but it's just like, you know, put your 100%. I put my 100% on everything.
Bro, if you would have heard that verse, I almost killed myself when I heard that verse, bro. It was terrible.
Damn.
Talking about doing drugs and what was the other one?
I don't want to say anything because I'm not going to shade anybody. I'm not going to shade anybody.
Yeah, we're not going to shade anybody.
No, but
it was some off the rail stuff, bro.
It was just something that wasn't going to match my expectations. I felt like, okay, I need, you know, like every other artist, everybody has their own thing. Like everybody wants to have, like you're looking at it like for you, like if you're around certain people, you limit yourself to certain things. You want to know what's good and what's not. Right. And as an artist now, I've learned like, okay, this wasn't it for me. I didn't like it. I didn't like it either. I felt like it wasn't part of to make it fun, you know, like make it that like, oh, bubbly, you know, everybody.
Bro, that song would have aged you. Yeah, it was that bad.
Okay,
I was like, you
Chris,
know what?
Can you stop talking about it already?
No,
I kept it at where we kept it at.
That song, that verse would have aged you. I don't care who you are, man or woman, or non-binary.
I'm taking Chris to the Hypnologix.
That verse would have aged you. It aged me. I'm like 60, and I was like 50 of those years right there.
Yeah,
I would have aged like you look.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, bro. No, you're good. You're good.
But no, I mean, I get it. It's all I hear it loud and clear, and
it's because like you make your decisions based off too, like what you feel like. At the end of the day, it's your album, and if people don't like it or people don't like the decisions you make, well, then oh wow, that's your decision. Because at the end of the day, you're looking out for yourself. Right. You're looking out for what you feel is right as well. So. That's all.
I left that decision to her, and thank God she picked the right decision. Oh my God!
Well, no, I had already made that decision.
Can you imagine trying to mix and master that? Bro, it was terrible.
Chris, stop it!
It was terrible,
Chris,
bro.
Stop it!
Oh. Drop it, Chris.
Drop it down.
The chocolate's going out. The chocolate's going out.
You're gonna get a lot of these right here, Chris.
I know.
No, not the chancla, Chris. I'm bringing out something else. I'm just kidding.
But no, I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. The artist is going to create. So no matter what, you're going to listen to the feedback, but you're going to continue to create. And with time, like you said, the first stuff that you put out, you're going to continue to evolve. Your music is going to continue to evolve. The next track the next thing may even be something totally different than what we have now. It might be some gothic shit. It may be some reggaeton. Who knows, right?
Reggaeton is the next
Cumbias.
one.
Who knows?
She's gonna do some Christian rap next.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with no Christian rap.
It ain't. It ain't. But I'm gonna do.
I was just throwing a curveball in there.
Yeah,
you caught it.
Yeah,
You caught it.
I'm gonna try some. Well, it's not that I'm gonna try. I've done reggaeton before, but I want to do some cumbia type things.
Yeah.
Some cumbia with some corridos too in it, with some rap too.
Yeah.
It's some. No, just kidding.
Some of
He's
the,
like,
Talk about throwing a curveball my way, man.
hey,
I want to try something a little bit more
good luck
like
with that.
that
Let me know if you need any help.
like I've heard you know who gets me in the zone? Regardless, people might not know or might look at it weird because I make hip hop, but who gets me in the zone is El Fantasma, like his music and all that. Like
I'll have to Google it. I don't know.
oh
Yeah,
well,
I don't
Is it what kind of what genre is that?
no, but like I've heard. But not really paid attention to his music. I think that's what he calls himself. He's a corrido. He makes corridos.
Fake news.
And no, but I'm saying what gets me in the zone is that to like motivate myself, like to just kind of listen to that type of music.
Yeah.
Sometimes here and there I listen to corridos.
I
like to listen to everything. I mean, just to give myself like, okay, where do I, I listen to all kinds of music.
You never know what, you throw shit on the wall. You never know what sticks. So it's like, sometimes you throw on a trap corrido and it's like, all right, this is not too bad. I like the beat or I like this.
And then just do
I can take some of this from here and then make it
and
my
do
way.
the dance to it, Chris.
Oh my
do
God, I'm itching right now as we speak.
I can't sing, but I could dance and I'll create a dance for you guys.
There you go. That's the spirit.
Nice.
All right, we're creating a trend here. Hell yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna start with
He could
Fidel.
do the dance.
Never said I was good at it. I just can dance.
Hey, that's fine. The ones that go viral are always the bad ones.
Okay. You need to go viral. And if you said the bad
man.
ones, you need to
I'm
go
going
viral.
viral right now.
He's gonna go viral at the High Home Market. And that's where you'll find him.
Yo,
In Baldwin Park.
Hey,
Hyperzilla.
we're promoting it.
Hyperzilla.
Seriously, High Home Market. If you don't send me a check, then something's wrong with you, man.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Hey, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Yep.
Awesome stuff. You keep continuing to produce and make music, so that's great. Keep
And
doing it.
Hope to be here for the next one as well. The
Definitely.
reggaeton.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We'll see we'll see where the train takes us, but
It might be reggaeton.
Yeah.
It might be
Christian rap.
okay. Chris with his Christian rap. Okay.
It might be trip hop. We don't know.
You never know.
Make up our own name or drill. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I can't
I'm just
stand that.
messing.
No.
It's just a
Who
joke.
calls it drill? Drill is military. It's trap music.
Oh my
from
God! I knew you were
Chicago.
gonna say that. I shouldn't have brought it up. But
Shouldn't,
okay.
yeah.
I know. I don't know.
It's trigger words.
It's a trigger. It's a
words.
trigger.
Okay.
I'm dealing with mental health issues, man. Didn't you watch the last episode?
Yes, I did. Okay.
And on that note, thank you guys again for coming
Thank
on.
you.
I appreciate you guys. Much love always.
Oh yeah.
Always.
Thank you. And that's it, you guys. Make sure you guys follow them. You guys can find them on Instagram, they're all over social media, YouTube. I think you guys have TikToks, all that good stuff, right?
She
Yeah, I
does.
got
So
TikTok.
I'll put all the information down in the show notes. Make sure you guys follow them.
You have TikTok too. Stop lying.
We don't use it to troll. So make sure you guys check it out. Enjoy. More episodes coming next to you guys, and we are out. Adios.
Bye.